Hello everybody, I'm John Henry, Executive Director of Both Sides of the Conversation. Today we are in San Francisco at the Embarcadero, at the waterfront, here at the Ferry Building. We are celebrating our Juneteenth celebration with the Mega Black family in the farmers markets of San Francisco. This is the first time this type of event has happened where we have integrated the black businesses with the other businesses of San Francisco that typically feeds the tourism. This is a special event on Juneteenth to be included in today's festivities here. It is a beautiful day. If you guys can see behind me, the Bay Bridge, the sun is out, people are out. All of our black vendors are here today supporting the ferry's mission of the market and incorporating with the Juneteenth. This is a special event just to see the people and the young people out here today. It is just phenomenal. We got the Mega Black leadership here. We have Dr. Davis from the Human Rights Commission here, Shakira Simply. We have a couple of commissioners. We have our mayor of San Francisco, London Breed, coming out to speak to the community today. This is a phenomenal event. This is one of the many events that we're going to be partaking to in the Juneteenth. We're going to be moving across the city to the Fillmore. We're going to Mosswood Park. Both sides of the conversation, be out here in the community, showing the people what's going on, asking questions, connecting with some of the leadership, and talking to the people. What does Juneteenth mean? Now it's a national holiday. How are people feeling? And just get a feel from the community how things are doing. So with that being said, we're just going to start navigating through here. We got some interviews we're going to be doing, talking to some of the vendors, and see how things are playing out here for today's event. And this is one of the many events that we'll be at. So just looking forward for you all to come along with us as we celebrate Juneteenth here in San Francisco. Hello everybody, John Henry. We are out at the waterfront, walking around, talking to some of the people that's enjoying the festivities today. We're going to have some of our vendors. Ran into one of our sisters out here to talk to her about what does Juneteenth mean to her, how is this event impacted her, knowing that now it's a national situation, and what are some of the things that we need to look forward as black folks moving forward when we talk about equity. And today's event is starting to represent what some of that equity looks like. So Sister Ayula, talk to the people, tell them who you are and how you feeling out here today.
My name is Ayula Mitchell, born and raised here in San Francisco. I'm feeling good out here today celebrating Juneteenth. Juneteenth has always been an important day to me ever since I was a youngster coming up here in the city. I can't remember a time when we didn't have Juneteenth events. They used to be really big in the Fillmore area. It just symbolizes us, well, not symbolizes, but it is us, marks the day that we became free from enslavement. But we know that today, as John Henry talked about equity, there's still a lot of ways that we aren't free and we're not equal. I think I personally could care less about it being a federal holiday. I think that there are bigger issues that we face as black people that haven't been addressed, and I would hate for Juneteenth to just be become monetized as so many holidays do. And I just feel like so many people don't even know what Juneteenth is, and yet we've made it a holiday. And I also think it's ironic that the people whose ancestors enslaved our people are now going to have a day, a holiday, celebrating us being free from their ancestors. I just think that that's a little strange.
Well, you know, that's what it's all about, hearing from the people, great perspective. Only time can tell where we go here, but just for the mayor and the Mega Black family, being able to put this event out here, as you see the black vendors, this is the first time that our vendors are welcome here at the farmers market. Maybe this is the start of the real reparation talk, the real equity talk across the line, just to see our vendors out here. Like Brother Uncle Stank said, we need to make sure that this type of event is happening down in this space at least once every 3 months, so that our black businesses can definitely get the true equity and get that business for economical power for building up our community. So thank you, sister, for coming out.
Absolutely.
Hope you enjoy yourself. We're going to be going around here for a little bit longer, and then we'll be moving along to the other events across the city. But here you guys go. We here. It's Juneteenth, and the people are out
here.
Exactly.
Hi everybody, my name's Shawnee Jones. I'm the owner of Peaches Patties, a Jamaican Kitchen, which is located here in the city of San Francisco. I am currently operating out of La Casina, which is a food incubator, which is located on 2948 Folsom Street. And I'm here at the Ferry Building for the very first time celebrating Juneteenth. We're selling our amazing patties, our beef patties, curry chicken patties, impossible beef, and then jerk chicken and plantains as well. And you know, there's a question out there and everybody's asking themselves, what does Juneteenth mean to them? So for me, Juneteenth means freedom. Freedom of my ancestors. And that happened in 1865, but people that were in Texas, they didn't learn about their freedom until 2 years after. That's why Juneteenth is celebrated. So there's a history on that. And me as a Black person in San Francisco and celebrating Juneteenth, I look at it like this. We know our past, and with that past, we need to remember it so we could go forward. Meaning that we need to use that momentum. We were enslaved, but we're free now. But then we're not all the way free. There's so much work that we have to do, right? So we have to fight the systems and the powers that be, whether it's economically, legislatively, and all of those other things, and we need to come together. And this right here is us coming together, and I'm hoping that we keep up this momentum even outside of Juneteenth, for us to continue to work together, to collaborate, and just create that ecosystem. Thank you.
Happy Juneteenth. I'm John Henry, Executive Director of Both Sides of Conversation. Today is Juneteenth. We are here at the ferry building at the waterfront here in San Francisco. Beautiful, beautiful day out. Here with the Mega Black family. Today I want to introduce one of the phenomenal people that's a part of this event, a pillar of our community. He'll make an impact, and just wanted to talk to him and see how everything's going out here. What does Juneteenth mean to him? And moving forward as a community solidarity, what do we have to do to positively impact the community? With that being said, I want to introduce my brother. We call him Uncle Stay. Collective impact in here, making impact in our community.
And how's everybody doing? Hey, look, I am just flabbergasted, right? I'm actually looking around and I see the big Juneteenth sign. I think they'll kind of give you guys an idea of what it looks like when you look behind me or look in front of me, right? And you know, I'm looking around and I don't see nothing but black vendors, right? This is amazing to me. I'm born and raised in this city, right? I remember when I used to come down here and do fishing, right? I used to get ran off of this. It's a lot of history here, right? So I used to get ran off of this pier trying to reach out and fish for some perch right here. On this spot right here, I was fishing for perch, right? And the people would come by and say, hey kid, get out of here, you don't belong down here. And you know, for me to be in this space now, but you know, I was kind of rebellion that then too, because I would take my catch and get on the 5 McAllister bus at 5 o'clock. I would wait till 5 o'clock because I knew everybody was getting off work, right? And I would get on the bus, go to the back of the bus, and with a bucket of fish and fishing poles, and just being, because I knew they hated it. But anyway, hey, but anyway, you know, to be down here and part of Mega Black, this is just amazing, and I'm just looking around. Like I said, there's a bunch of black vendors down here. You guys will get a chance to see how many black vendors are down here, and to be in this space, that you probably wouldn't accepted in years ago, right? But to be in this space and be able to use this space on the day of Juneteenth, right, is just amazing to me. And I love that black folks, and I'm hearing music, right, and that tells me that black folks has arrived, right? We are here in your space at the pier, right? But I don't mean when I say arrive, there's still a lot of work to be done. So everybody just don't relax. It's not now, but there's a lot of work to be done, but we have arrived. I'm listening to music, right? And How many times have you heard music down here at the pier during, what is this? No, not Juneteenth, but Farmers Market. We got Farmer Market, but we done incorporated Juneteenth in the Farmers Market with black folks, and it's a beautiful thing, you guys. You got to come down, you got to see it, and hopefully we can do this on a regular basis. And this is equity right here. This is what we talk when we talk about equity. These are black businesses coming into a tourist space where they can actually make some money, right? So if you do this quarterly, at least once every 3 months, and just open it up to black businesses in this dynamic, we'd be great, man. I don't know if that's a word, I just kind of put that, but in this space, we're gonna put that space out there. In this space, I think it's great, right? I think it's just like if they open it up to black folks once every quarter and say, hey, you know what, this is like your space, you guys can have this, and give all these black vendors the opportunity to come down and make some money. It's part of the equity, and it's part of saying, okay, we're trying to work with you.
Beautiful stuff. I mean, this is a historic event. Like Brother James said, you know, this market is always going on. Typically, it is consumed by the tourists and some of the non-black people of San Francisco. So again, to be out here today, you know, this city is built and run off inclusion, diversity, and today you get a real view of what that diversity looks like. But again, just to piggyback on what Brother Spagnola said, look at the black businesses out here showing up, supporting all of the different cultures, and just to be among the people. This is one of the many events we'll be at today, highlighting Juneteenth. Now it's a national holiday. The education about Juneteenth is starting to spread around, and people feel the love. And like Uncle Stank said, the music is playing, so you know we're here. What a beautiful day on the bay. You guys are getting a good shot of what it looks like here in San Francisco. And we're just happy to have Uncle Stank, a part of the Mega Black family, a part of the community. Again, one of the phenomenal pillars of our community, blessing the community, making sure that this small percentage that we call black here in San Francisco.
And can I add?
Go ahead.
I just want to add too, and it's not about showing up too. It's about showing out when you show up, right? So black folks need to show out. That means, you know, I always I'm gonna give kudos where kudos is due, and Mega Black has been a force when it comes to making all this come about, right? And you know, you got to give kudos to Ms. Davis, Cheryl Davis, the director, Dr. Davis, and Director Shakira Simley on this, like the work they did and the time it took to put this in and make this happen. I just, you know, always like to give kudos to where kudos is due, and thank you all for just kind of being here with us today.
Man, thank you, exactly. Just like Uncle Stank said, shout out to Mega Black, the Mega Black family, Dr. Davis, Shakira, the whole diaspora. You know, this is what community solidarity looks like. We're just happy to be a part of this and have this experience, you know, jotted down today on a significant day for our people of color, Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth, everybody. We'll see you soon.
And this doesn't happen again. I got to add something else. You know, I'm always dropping some love. This doesn't happen without that. We got to definitely thank the number one person of all this, right? We have to thank our Mayor Breed, right? Because I don't think we'll be in one of these conversations. I don't think we'll be even sitting around the table having a Mega Black conversation, and then with everything that goes on. I mean, thank you, Mayor Breed, for all the work you do, especially in black communities.
Thank you, Mayor.